Hi, I'm Dr. Thomas Armstrong, and this is video number 5 in my video series based on my book, The Power of the Adolescent Brain, Strategies for Teaching Middle and High School Students, published by ASCD. In the next 8 videos, we're going to look at specific interventions that teachers can make in middle school or high school that are adolescent brain friendly. In this particular video, we'll look at how teachers can give students more opportunities to make choices in the classroom. Adolescence brings with it a whole new array of situations where the teen must make choices about the friends he wants to have, the activities he wants to engage in, and the ways in which he chooses to spend his leisure time. Because the decision-making part of the brain in the prefrontal cortex is still maturing during the adolescent years, teenagers often end up making poor choices in their daily life. This difficulty leads to all kinds of problems, such as binge drinking, drug abuse, traffic accidents, gang membership, and unsafe sexual encounters, to name just a few. By the age of 15 or 16, adolescents have the capacity to reason and make decisions on an adult level, but only under laboratory conditions, a situation that's been called cold cognition. If the teen has to make decisions, however, under conditions that involve emotions, peer influence, and other situational complexities, their ability to make good decisions is compromised, a situation termed hot cognition. The different behaviors that arise due to these two sorts of conditions help to explain why a student can go through a substance abuse prevention program at school, for example, and understand thoroughly the dangers of using drugs like speed, a situation of cold cognition. But later that night, when asked by a peer at a party whether he'd like to try some speed, in other words, operating under conditions of hot cognition, he'll throw caution to the winds and make a bad choice. To help counter this problem in making good decisions, teachers need to build into the curriculum frequent opportunities for their middle or high school students to make choices. In this respect, decision making is like a muscle that gets stronger the more that it is used. The first strategy we'll look at is providing choices regarding the kind of homework assignments a student is asked to complete. With a focus in the schools right now on accountability and standardized testing, students are increasingly being given larger loads of homework without the opportunity to choose what they want to work on. However, as we see in this example relating to the skill of writing, students can be given a range of homework topics and then make choices about which ones they want to work on. A second strategy involves the use of student polling. Through the use of technology, teachers can now ask students to give their responses to questions, their opinions about topics, or other survey-related material in the form of an electronic reply, which can then be tabulated by a computer and the results displayed for all to see and learn from. There are a wide range of programs and apps that facilitate the use of student polling, including iClicker, Poll Everywhere, Locomoda, Socrative, the Answer Pad, Class Pager, and even Twitter can be used as a polling vehicle. A third way to give students opportunities to choose is by letting students create their own projects. One of the best models for this sort of educational practice is the Science Fair project, but this approach can be used as well for investigations in other subject areas, including history, mathematics, literature, and art. A fourth intervention for student choice involves letting students be involved in school policy, a practice often referred to as student voice. This could be done by letting students help with discipline issues through a student court, for example, or by welcoming student input into helping create curriculum, or even, as has happened in some schools, by letting students be part of the teacher hiring process. The fifth strategy for giving students more choices involves setting aside time during the school day when students can essentially follow their passions and do something not for a grade, but simply for the joy of learning or creating something new. There's a movement called Genius Hour, www.geniushour.com, that helps teachers guide this process. In some instances, students have created electric guitars, as in this example, learned a new language, investigated a social problem, or created a documentary video, among other things. If time is limited, then the daily interval might be shortened to 15 or 20 minutes. Strategy number 6 involves letting students choose their own books to read. Rather than having all the students in the class read To Kill a Mockingbird, for example, which is a favorite choice among teachers, students should be given the opportunity to make choices about their reading, since this will help to create a positive attitude that will hopefully spill over into their pleasure reading in adulthood. A seventh strategy is to let students learn at their own rate. A one-size-fits-all strategy in education doesn't fit the realities of each student as a unique individual with his or her own rate of learning. By using educational innovations such as the flipped classroom, where students can study online in the evenings and replay the online lessons as often as needed and receive help during class time, students won't have to feel rushed and can learn to make good choices about the time they need to master a skill or subject area. Strategy number 8 is an expanded version of strategy number 7, where students are allowed to do their coursework through independent study. There are an increasing number of online sites that provide secondary school level content, including sites such as the Khan Academy, as well as the Monterey Institute for Technology and Education's National Repository of Online Courses, which includes an entire online high school curriculum free of charge. Other high school programs exist, such as Monument Mountain Regional High School in Massachusetts, where students participate in a program called the Independent Project and create their own curriculum, engage in academic topics of their own choosing, and pursue independent projects such as taking flight lessons, writing a novel, or building a kayak. A final strategy that gives students opportunities to choose involves offering more electives in the curriculum. One of the problems with today's emphasis on college and career readiness is that students are required to take a given sequence of academic courses, leaving little time for them to choose courses that they're especially interested in. This menu of choices from Mission San Jose High School in Fremont, California, indicates some of the choices that can be offered in both academic and non-academic areas. If you'd like more information about giving students choices at the middle and high school level, or want to know about all 8 interventions that are adolescent brain friendly, get my book, The Power of the Adolescent Brain, available through Amazon or other online sources, including the publisher ASCD. For more information about my work, go to my website, www.institute4learning.com, or contact me at thomas@institute4learning.com. Thanks so much for your attention. I hope this information helps you appreciate the broad range of strategies that can be used to give teens frequent opportunities to choose in the classroom. This will ultimately help in the maturation of their prefrontal cortex and in their becoming more responsible citizens when they become adults.